Hey everybody, and welcome to the Caffeine Academy how-to video instructional series. In this video, you will learn all about Pulselocker music subscription service built into Serato DJ. You will learn how to navigate through the software, create your own playlists, a suggestion on how to organize all of your music, specific details on how to use the streaming features built into Serato DJ. Also, how to analyze your tracks properly for all information. Let us begin. The first step is to install the latest version of Serato DJ from seratodj.com. Here you will find any and all information you need to know about the software. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click Download Serato DJ. Once installed, click the Setup tab. Click Library and check Show Pulselocker Library at the bottom of the screen. Now, click Join Login to Pulselocker. This is where you're going to create an account with Pulselocker. You can use Facebook or any email to join. Click I do not have an account yet, fill out the information, and click Sign Up. Once you have an account, go to pulselocker.com and now log in with Facebook or your email. Once you log in, this is your Explore page. This is the first thing you're going to see when you log into Pulselocker. You have access to your Pulselocker account from any web browser in the world. When you log in, you'll end up right here. Now you're going to want to log in to Serato itself. Click on Setup, then click Join Login to Pulselocker. This is where you're going to enter in your account information that you set up earlier, Facebook or your email. Keep in mind, this is very important information. You're going to want to keep this with you at all times and memorize this. This way you have access to your account no matter where you are. Even on somebody else's laptop, you can log into your account and access all of your playlists. Once you log in, your information will show up right here on the bottom where you can manage your account or log back out. This is where your Pulselocker content will show up. All of your playlists, offline tracks, streaming tracks, everything will be right here. Familiarize yourself with these buttons: Store Offline, Stream Only. They are very important and you're going to use them quite frequently. When you use Stream Only, you need an internet connection to access your collection. You also have the option to store them offline and download them so you can play them without an internet connection. Now that we're all set up, it's time to get some music. We're going to go back to Pulselocker to do this. Now we're at our Explore page. Here you have access to the Beat Selector, Explore page, and My Music. The Explore page is where you're going to find all new content. The My Music page is where you'll find all your selected tracks. On the left-hand side, you'll find your playlists, access to your favorite releases, favorite tracks, your offline tracks after you store them offline, and all tracks. Now let's get some music. We're going to do that by going back to the Explore page. On the bottom of the page, you'll see Select Your Favorite Genres. Click on the plus button to begin. This is where you're going to select your genres. For this exercise, we're going to select 3: House, Deep House, and Soulful House. Then click Done. Now you're going to go back to the Explore page. This is where you're going to see all of your selected genres. Scroll down to the bottom to see the other genres that you haven't selected just yet. You can add these genres at any time. Pulselocker gives you access to music from major labels, independent labels, and underground labels. Having access to their full catalogs is pretty cool. Whether you're new or from the old school, you will appreciate the layout of Pulselocker. Right here you can see the record artwork. Anyone that comes from vinyl can appreciate that. You will also see the title of the record, the artist, and the record label. Each genre will preview 6 tracks. Click on any one of the record sleeves to get more information about that release. Here you will find the title, the artist, the record label, the release date, the artwork, which is my favorite coming from vinyl, and scroll down to the bottom to see all the available versions of the track. Pulselocker announced recently that they are going to add another column in this area here to give you the information of the beats per minute and also the keys. On the top, you're going to see the controls for this window. Add to playlist, add to favorites, store offline, and play all songs. Get to know these buttons because you will be using them quite frequently. These controls are on every record sleeve. Press play to play all songs in this release. You will hear a full preview of every song. This is the Store Offline button. It's the same Store Offline button that you will find on Serato, right next to the Stream Only button. If you go back to the My Music page, on the left-hand side, this is where all your offline tracks will be. The next button is Add to Favorites. By clicking this, you will add this release to your favorite tracks or favorite releases. If you use the buttons on the top of the record sleeves, you are adding the entire EP to the playlist. If you want to add individual songs, scroll down to that track and click on the controls on the track itself. Now that you know how to use the controls, it's time to make some playlists. Click on any record sleeve to begin. Now we can see in this record, there are two different versions of the same song. One is a basement dub, the other is the house mix. You can take a listen to both of these tracks to see which one you like the best. When you click on the track, a red arrow indicates which track is currently playing. On the bottom, you have a timeline of the entire track. You can now scroll through the entire track by clicking along this line. This is very useful to hear how the song begins, how it progresses, and of course how it ends. If you like the song, click Add to Playlist. This is where you will create all of your playlists. Click Create New Playlist. Type a name, and click Done. Here is your first playlist. Keep in mind, it is very important to be organized from day one. Now that you have your first playlist, let's create another one. Everybody organizes in different ways. Some do it by genre, some do it by year, others do it by set. You're going to have to decide how you work. Personally, I like to use genres. No matter what year it is, if it's house, it goes in house. Click on Create Playlist to create your second playlist. Once again, name that playlist and click Done. Eventually, you will end up with a playlist for every genre. We just created a Tech House playlist, so I'm going to scroll down and add Tech House to my list of genres. Now I can shop around at all the singles and EPs that the Tech House genre has to offer. I can scroll down to see every single one of their releases. Once I find something I like, I can click the Add to Playlist button, click on the playlist I want to add it to, and click on Done. Repeat this process for every genre. Pulselocker has many genres of music. Any good DJ is going to dig deep into this website to find music that nobody else has. Of course, you want to keep up to date with all the current music, but you do want to find those rare songs that make you stand out above the rest. On the bottom of the Explore page, you'll find all of the labels that you're following and other genres that you're not following just yet. Each genre will give you a preview of 6 records. If you want to see all of the releases for that genre, click on Full Genre page. This will show you every release for that genre, all the singles and EPs, and if you scroll down, the albums for the current week and also the previous week, clicking right over here. Scroll back up to the top and you'll find the same thing for the singles and EPs. You could also follow and unfollow the genre from here. After spending some time on this website, you will have a playlist for every genre. The more genres you have, the more events you can do. Having all of this music doesn't make you a good DJ. What makes you a good DJ is knowing when and how to play all of these songs. Study your playlists. Make sure you know exactly what you have. Make sure you know the changes and the progression of the records. The more music you have and the more music you know, the better your sets will be. When you want to search for a specific song or artist, click on the hourglass on the top right. Here, you can search by track, artist, label, and any release notes. Type in the artist you're looking for in the artist field. When you're done, click Start Search. Pulselocker will generate 10 choices based on your criteria. You might find exactly what you're looking for right here, but if not, scroll back up to the top and click on Show More. Make sure you preview each track before adding them to a playlist. Look at the track name, and especially the artist. Make sure it's the artist that you're looking for. Sometimes you'll find covers not by the original artist. If you keep scrolling down, Pulselocker will generate new search results as you get to the bottom. Keep going as long as your search criteria can be found in the results. If you get too far, you'll start to find other artists with similar criteria. You might even find other artists that you come to like. Scroll back up and find exactly what you were looking for and know that this is the end of the line for that artist. If you would like to find a specific song title, go back to the spotlight and search for that track. Keep in mind sometimes less is better. Also, try to know the exact spelling of what you're searching for. Pulselocker will now generate results from all record labels with that title. Make sure to listen to all of them to see if it's the right version and, of course, good sound quality. Now, just edit to a playlist. Right from the Explore page, you can find your way to the beat selector. This is a really cool way and easy way to listen to new releases. Click on the middle icon to begin. Beat Selector will begin playing music immediately from all of your genres. You can filter its selection here by checking off exactly the genres that you want it to play. This helps with organizing your music collection. When you're working with a specific genre, click on that genre. Beat Selector will now preview tracks in that genre. Of course, this window gives you all the information you need, such as the track name, the artist, the record label, and of course on the bottom you can show more release details here. On the left-hand side, Beat Selector will give you a preview window of the next upcoming track. When you hit the forward button, that track will be loaded for preview and a new track will be loaded in the window. You can let Beat Selector run on its own, or you can preview the tracks yourselves by skimming through the track right here on the bottom. Be sure to check out the entire track. Some tracks start off one way, but they end in a totally different way. Once you're ready to make your selection, click on the plus to add it to your playlist, or the star to add it to your favorites. Okay, so now you've got all this great music. What you want to do now is figure out how to get it into Serato DJ itself. But before you do, you want to make sure you're organized. I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to create a playlist called Test. When you create a new playlist, it ends up at the top of the list. In order to organize this list, click here on Sort Playlists. Now you can drag that playlist alphabetically or anywhere you want. Right now, I'm going to keep it at the top for this exercise. So let's go to the search bar and search for an artist. We'll search for Michael Jackson. Not a specific song, just the artist. Now click on Start Search. Once we have some results, we'll click on a track, preview it, and listen to the track once again to make sure it is the right version, good sound quality, everything is perfect with our selection. Once we've made our choice, let's click on the Add to Playlist button. I'm going to add this to the test playlist I just created. Now click on Done. I'm going to add a couple of other songs, just so I have some to show you for the next section of this video. Now let's head back to Serato. You can access your Pulselocker account from any Serato DJ application. Make sure to check off Show Pulselocker Library. Once you've logged in, your playlists from Pulselocker will appear right into Serato. It does not get any easier than this. Now I'm sure you can see it is very important to be organized before you get to this point. These playlists can only be edited in Pulselocker itself. Now let's go find the test playlist. Here we have the songs we added before. You'll see on the left-hand side a blue cloud. This is very important. This indicates that these tracks are stream only. This means you need an internet connection to be able to play them. In order to get the beats per minute and the keys, you must play the track once or analyze them. In order to analyze them, you have to store them offline. Click on the Store Offline button to begin. This part is very important. When the white arrow appears, this means the track is now downloading. You do not want to do anything else on the computer while this is happening. If the computer starts to slow down, this can cause corrupted files. Once the track is finished downloading, the arrow turns solid white and these tracks have been stored to your local drive. Now it's time to find the beats per minute and the keys. Click on Analyze Files. Serato DJ will now start to analyze any files that are missing this information. Serato DJ analyzes one song per processor on your computer. Once this process completes, you will have the beats per minute and the keys. You will also notice the genre field is blank. Double-click the genre field to enter this information. You can also edit multiple tracks at once. Highlight all of the tracks and double-click one of the fields. Remember, Serato DJ is a tag editor, so this information will be saved to the tag going forward. Now, all of your information is properly filled out. The next step is to put some playlists together and get to work. This is probably the most important part of this video. This is about streaming. Remember these Store Offline and Stream Only buttons right here. When you hit Store Offline, it saves a copy of the track to your local drive. You can see its location on the location field right here. Music, Serato, Pulselocker, temporary file. You can store as much music as your hard drive can hold. When you hit your limitation, you could now select a playlist and then hit Stream Only. This will remove it from the hard drive and now free up some space for more important tracks. Anyone who uses Serato is familiar how to use the search bar. If you click on a playlist and search, you will search for that playlist. If you click on All, you are now searching through your entire music collection. Now with the cloud icon, you can search directly into Pulselocker. Search for any artist and you can scroll down and see Pulselocker's results. Keep in mind the same rules apply. Look at the artist column. You can still see covers and other suggestions. Make sure the results are exactly who you're looking for. If you organize by artist, you can highlight the first result and the last result. You could even move all of these results directly into its own crate. Now it's much easier to sort through these results. Remember, you need an internet connection to see all of these choices. Some sort of personal hotspot will also work. You can tether right to your phone. When you select a song, bring it right into the deck. Now, in a live situation, you don't want to hit the play button until the track is completely analyzed. As soon as the analyzation is finished, you now know it is safe to play that track. If you lose internet connection while this is playing, the track will still play, but the search results will disappear. Remember, the track is downloaded to a temporary file on your hard drive, so you can do whatever you want. You can manipulate the track forward and backwards. You can pause. You can play again. You could even add cue points and do anything that you normally would do. You don't have to worry about the track lagging or anything because, once again, it is saved on your local drive. Now, let's say you eject the track. Without an internet connection, you cannot reload it. All of these search results will be unavailable to you until your computer reconnects itself to the internet. This system works pretty flawlessly and is very easy to get accustomed to.